I'm building a shipping container house I designed myself. I'm proud of the progress we've made so far, and I like my own design. But did you know someone in architecture gave me the middle finger for my design? No, not her, this guy. The guy's name is Walter Gropius. He gave me and neoclassical architects the middle finger through a famous design in the most surreptitious way possible. So surreptitious that no one noticed it until this video. Let me explain. Walter Gropius is considered one of the most important modern architects. He founded the world-famous Bauhaus School of Architecture in Germany, and from there irrevocably changed the landscape of modern architecture. He then immigrated to the United States in 1937, taught architecture at Harvard, and even became its department chair. In 1938, he designed and built a house for himself in Lincoln, Massachusetts, and that house has forever been known as the Gropius House. It is obviously a modern house, so modern that even today, if you put it in an American suburb, it would still seem out of place, far ahead of its time, and stand out among the more traditional houses. I've been a fan of the house. I like its geometric lines and shapes, its simplicity, its obvious dedication to function over form, without frills, without decoration, and without any pretension. And yet, there's one thing about the house that bugged me for the longest time. I had no idea why such a modern house would have a frivolous row of skinny white columns protruding from a corner of the house. It doesn't do anything. No grapevines are grown there. No one is hanging a Persian rug over it and beat the heck out of it for cleaning. No one is drying clothes on it. It doesn't do diddly squat. So why is it there? I did a bit of search for its meaning. Nothing. Then it dawned on me. Walter Gropius was simply decrying the old, the ancient, and the stale architecture of pompous columns everywhere, where ornamentation reigns supreme, where form overpowers function, where ostentation is the aim, where the function is diminished. Walter Gropius wanted the opposite. He wanted function over form, he wanted simplicity, not a fortress, not a monument of walls with medieval thickness, not an expensive front intended for showy representation. He wanted light construction, a house of bright daylight and sunshine, a house that is useful and functional to its resident. He wanted nothing to do with columns, frills, and pretensions. He wanted to get rid of the columns, to throw them out of the house, to discard them as a bad old habit. And when he did that, the diminutive columns morphed into the thin rail protruding from the corner of the house, as if they don't belong, as if they are literally thrown out of the house, discarded, banished, condemned. In essence, he was giving the proverbial middle finger to the stale, old, and ostentatious architecture represented by the columns, which used to be everywhere in important buildings, from Egypt to Italy to Greece to England and to America. Then I thought, if I look at the blueprint of the house, would it look like a middle finger? Well, at first look, no, it doesn't. Then I said, what if I turn it 90 degrees? And voila, there it is, a middle finger hiding in plain sight. You don't believe me? Let me put the blueprint next to a middle finger and you be the judge. So he has been flipping the whole world off, flipping neoclassical architecture and me off for over 80 years. You know what? Harvard will deny it. Gropius fans will avert their eyes from the middle finger, and the world of architecture will just nervously laugh it off. But I'm sticking to my story, like it or not. So now, having been flipped off, do I continue to build my neoclassical shipping container house? Well, why the hell not? I can flip him off just as well as he did with my build. Besides, if this guy, This guy did it on children's TV decades ago. I might as well carry on the beautiful tradition like all these people, young and old. Thank you for watching this very silly video.